The GH60 is one of the most popular PCBs on the market today and is partly responsible for growing the idea of DIY keyboards and this very channel. But times have changed, and these days I don't recommend buying one if you're looking for a cheap way to start building your own keyboard. When the idea for the GH60 was floated on GeekHack many years ago, the world of DIY mechanical keyboards was a very different place. There was no KBD fans or KP Republic, no KeyBio, the Van Keyboards or Zeal PC. The community needed a cheap way to get started on small form factor keyboards, and the GH60 was born. It wasn't an easy birth, but eventually the people involved got the job done and open sourced the project, allowing other people to make their own. The Satan GH60 cropped up seemingly from nowhere and much sooner than the original revision reached most people. It soon became the default recommendation for beginners to 60% keyboards, soldering, and mechanical keyboards in general. It was cheap, easy to get almost anywhere in the world, and had the advantage of a whole community of people behind it making guides and offering advice. But overall, you couldn't go wrong with this Satan GH60 or the official GH60 Rev C, which is still sold on TechKeys for $35. The Satan GH60 is $35 on KBD fans, $33 from 1UP keyboards, or $27 from KP Republic. These days, the landscape has changed and there are better options out there. Let's take a look at two from the more affordable end of the market. If you watch my series, This Is My 60, you'll notice a lot of people using the DZ60 over the GH60. The DZ60 is $5 more than the GH60 on KBD fans, and for $38, you can get one with a USB-C port. USB-C is, as we all know,
the future,
allowing more power-hungry boards to run without issue. The GH60 was designed without support for RGB LEDs, at least not soldered directly onto the main PCB. This means we have to solder directly to the microcontroller or use one of the breakout pins elsewhere on the keyboard. Either way, you're going to have to do some light soldering in tight places and find a guide which is probably out of date or has broken images. The DZ60 has 16 RGB LEDs distributed around the edge of the PCB, which you can control very easily right out of the box. Reason number 3 is that the DZ60 and other keyboards coming out these days support more layouts. The DZ60 supports split spacebars and lots of 1U keys on the bottom row. This makes it much more flexible than the GH60 in that sense. Those are some pretty important boxes that the DZ60 ticks, and it's not the only game in town. The DO60 is a very new entry on the scene from Doyu Studio and is priced at $30. For that, you get USB-C, 20 RGB LEDs on the underside, and support for split layouts with two 3-unit keys side by side. Now, that's not going to be easy to find keycaps for, especially for existing sets, but it's a nice option that might get more support in the future. I hope to get one or both of these boards at some point in the future, and if you own them, please let me know what you think of them. If you're in the market for a reasonably priced entry into 60% keyboards, what kind of things are you looking for? I'll see you in the next video.